Hi, it's Nell, and I have a couple of pieces of driftwood and I have some succulents. So I am going to show you how I do a succulent and driftwood creation. I just did a video on how to attach succulents to driftwood. I will leave a link up here and there'll also be a link below so you can see the 3 ways that I do that, but I already have my my coco coir glued on here, and I have my Spanish moss glued on there. So these are 2 different shapes, as you can see. Yeah, this one is pretty heavy, pretty solid. This one is very light, and I'm actually going to do it as a piece so it can hang. And I'm going to start with this one. I have this sweet pink aloe that I have wrapped in Spanish moss. It's still in the soil here, and I tied this with fishing line so you can't even see it, and I'm going to glue this right into here. As a backup, I'm also going to tie a piece of fishing line around it too, just to make sure it stays. And you always want to hold it on for a little bit, especially when you're using any of the hot glues or even the cool glue, because it takes a while for it to set, especially when it's hot. And these are really simple and really easy to do. These are smaller pieces, so I'm not going to use a ton of succulents. I'm going to start with an aeonium. I always take the hot glue out of the hot glue pan and kind of swirl it around for a couple seconds so it isn't quite so hot on the plants. Because believe me, I have burned my paws so many times with this hot glue. And you can kind of work with this, the succulents, how they're growing and how they're formed, because not all of them grow in straight lines. And on these smaller pieces, where the moss is smaller, I try to use succulents that aren't too heavy. Look at these crazy lavender scallops, kalanchoes. I've had them just in a box in my utility room, rooting, and they're going to flower. So far, so good. Of course, I should show it to you too, so you can see. And although this looks just fine on the table, also, as I said, I meant it to hang. So I have the burro's tails here, add just a little interest. I added some orange up here, and then I wasn't crazy about the big wads of moss, so I just glued some aeoniums on there, and that is the finished piece. I didn't even need to fishing line this because it holds on beautifully. So that is just a simple little piece that you can hang, and as you can see, I didn't use that many succulents at all. On to piece number 2, and this one has the coir, and then I just added this little piece up here for a little more interest. And the challenge is, can I do it with the remaining succulents? Of course. So this huge aeonium takes up a lot of real estate, so we'll use that to start off with. As you know, I love to use these because they're nice and flat and they're heavy and they just are great for crafting with. Oops, especially when you spill the hot glue on. This is going to stay on the table so I don't have to worry about it quite as much hanging up, obviously, when you need to make sure that everything's really well attached on. Of course, if you were going to make it and sell it, then you want to make sure it is, but I'm just making it for myself. Actually, I'm not making it for myself, I'm making it for you, because I usually take these pieces apart. Okay, there is sunshine. We have a little bit of variegation wow going on over here. And as I said in the attaching video, the purpose of the moss and the coir is to give this succulents something to grow into so they will last longer. And I'm going to show you how to take care of them. This is that wreath that I made to wish you all Merry Christmas. It's been made quite a few weeks now, and it's doing fine. It's on moss, so I just spray it about every 2 weeks. So what you would do is just get the moss moist too, and the succulents, and it keeps them fine. Succulents are so resilient, and you would do the same here. And depending on where it is, if your house is cool, you could probably get by with every 3 weeks, but probably every 2 weeks. And the wood is going to get a bit wet, but it was wet when I picked it up on the beach. And that's how you keep them looking as good as you can. So I hope you have found this video helpful on how to make some succulent and driftwood pieces, and you can see how easy they are to do. So I thank you for your comments and your likes, and subscribe please, because I have a lot more videos coming your way. So let's get out in the garden and make the world a more beautiful place. I thank you so much for watching. Bye.